discussing from Bhagavad Gita as it is from introduction, the 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. So, how many of you remember 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita? Raise the hand, please. No, I didn't ask tell. I say raise the hand. So don't speak without raising hand. I'm sorry I was in Gurukul, so this is the way we teach. So same method is here. Don't speak without raising hand. Even question, comments, in between never speak. Very simple. After the class, if you have comment, question, or whatever, bombarding, you can speak. 5 subject matter, yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
Brahma, Jeev, Maya, time and karma.
Maya means what?
Maya means inferior energy.
It's material nature. It's not Maya. Prakriti. 5 subject matter. So I would request all of you stand up. Please, just for one moment. Memorize this very subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. Maybe you will remember whole life. That's what we learn. Okay. First subject matter, Ishwar.
Ishwar.
God.
Ishwar here.
Yeah. And then Jiva.
Jiva.
Then Karma. Then material nature. Material nature. Both better. Time. So if you will remember whole life. Thank you very much. Again? Anybody would like to repeat? Yes? You? No? Okay, somebody else.
I will repeat.
Okay.
I don't know properly. Ishwara.
Ishvara. Jiva. Time or whichever you
Time
want.
came with it.
Okay.
Karma, Prakriti.
Yes.
And then time and material nature is the speech. Yes.
Material nature, material nature, let us say.
Yes.
And anybody else?
Bhagavan.
No. Without
Ishwar.
raising hand. Without raising hand, don't speak. Yes, sir.
Jiva, Ishwar, Jeev,
Ishwar, Jiv,
material nature,
material nature.
Karma.
This is karma.
This is karma.
This is material nature.
And then
time.
Time.
Thus we learn from our Ananda Vrindavan Mataji. How many of you know Ananda Vrindavan Mataji? She was our principal in Gurukul. And one day she was taking class and then she taught. I was very much liking that. I said, wow. And by her grace, we still somehow or other remember 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. Anywhere you go, somebody asks, any faith person asks, what is in Bhagavad Gita? Oh, I can say, what is in Bhagavad Gita? Immediately. Oh, very nice. You understand? Because you remember now? Anybody asks in your school, what is in Bhagavad Gita? Immediately you start. Oh, it's finished. Okay. So, thank you very much for standing and cooperating. So, that's what in this introduction is discussed, or Prabhupada is saying to us, teaching us, like he started with the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, right? From the 6th page, last paragraph he started. The subjects of the Bhagavad Gita entails the comparison of the 5 basic truths, which we just learned. So let us start, if time will allow us to discuss all, whatever we will be able to discuss up to 6 o'clock, we will try to cover. Like regarding Ishvara or Bhagavan, Krishna is everywhere in Bhagavad Gita is saying, I am. But still somehow other Krishna's Maya don't allow the people, or people don't follow proper, let us say, science to understand what is Krishna. or who is God. They try to understand by their own way. So that's why how many crore of people are here on the earth? Human beings. 700 crore, approximately. How many are like connected with ISKCON? Maximum 1 crore we can say. So these out of 700 crore of human beings, only how much percent it is? Who is mathematician here? I don't know. Very less people, right? Very less people is able to understand who is God. They have some understanding of God, but the complete understanding of God comes from Bhagavad Gita. Complete, like full understanding of God comes from Bhagavad Gita. And if we still, like, let us say, stay in ISKCON, or if I would say ISKCON, or let us say Gaudiya Vaishnavas in broad term, they may come to this understanding that who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, or who is God, who is controller, who is different names, right? But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is again and again speaking, at least if you start from the chapter 7, on this transcendental, knowledge about the Absolute. I have some shlokas which is showing here, like how Krishna is saying again and again. Knowledge about the Absolute. First he is starting from like this all material ingredients. Bhumi, Rapa, Analo, Vayu, Kham, Mano, Buddhire, Vacha, Ahankar, Iti me Bhinna. This is my energy, Arjuna. Whatever you can see, whatever ingredients you see in this whole material world, you can see, or which you cannot see when you can just feel like mind, you cannot see mind. But this is my energy. Again and again Krishna is saying, in this chapter only. Then Krishna clearly says to Arjuna again, Mattah paratarab nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya. Mai sarv idam proptam sutre mani grida iva. Like everything is just, okay, O conqueror of wealth, Arjuna, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me. As the pearls are strung on a thread. Women can very easily understand. The pearls are strung on a thread, like in our this mala, kanti mala. This whole kanti mala is just because there is a thread inside. That's why it's like stuck, or it is like existing. Then again, from 7th chapter to 11th chapter, Krishna again and again speaking about himself. Again and again. I am. Even in 10th chapter, everybody knows. Aham sarvasya parvavo mata sarvasya parvatana. Iti mattva bhajante mam buddha bhav samanvita. So I don't know why people, sometimes when I hear Prabhupada lectures, whenever this Ishvara topics come, he become like a, fire. Because people, they think that Ishvara doesn't have any form. He is formless, and above that, when he speaks about, whenever this Krishna's or Supreme Personality of Godhead topics come, Prabhupada immediately come to Mayavadis, on the head of a Mayavadis, to break them. Why? Because he, let us say, is in so much love of Krishna that he doesn't want that all conditioned soul should go towards that direction even. Why he speaks like that? Because Lord Chaitanya speaks like that. Mayavadi bhashya sun le, hoi sarvanash. Hoi sarvanash means complete, how you call it? Sarvanash ko kya bolenge English mein? Destruction. The jiva will come to the destruction. If he will understand, though there is no form of Krishna, or I will become Krishna, this is the most like a dangerous understanding of a jiva. about Supreme Personality. And Krishna himself is saying again and again. So that's the mood what Prabhupada give in this whole Bhagavad Gita. Whatever text I am saying, if you will read the purport of this, you will find this thing. Aham Sarvasya, and then this is chapter 10, and then chapter 11. Why I took this chapter 11 verse? Because people, even Arjuna asked, even after the finishing of chapter 10, Arjuna says, I understood everything. He said in the last verse. But again, as Prabhupada says that Arjuna is just an instrument in hands of Krishna, or let us say to make conditioned soul, that conditioned soul should understand who is God. Krishna make Arjuna instrument. Arjuna is already know who is Krishna, who is whatever Krishna is energy, he knows everything. But he make him instrument, so he is asking question which conditioned soul, brain or mind can think. Because Krishna in before chapters of this Bhagavad Gita, before 11th chapter, he didn't talk something about his extraordinary powers. But Arjuna is asking how you came in this universe, or how this universe is controlled by you. Then Krishna speaks about himself, about universal form. And he shows also. Just to make conditioned soul understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what Krishna is saying before chapters. Please surrender to me. Aham sarvasya matha smriti jnanapam. I am. Somebody can say, oh, what is this? I am. Arjuna, even when he says that, yes, I understand. Whatever you say, in 10th chapter he says, that, what is this wonderful shloka? Like, Aham asito devala vyasa. What is the shloka? Anybody knows? In this chapter, 10th chapter only. Yeah. Arjuna Vasa. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. Purusham Shashvatam, Divyam Adidev, Ajam Avum. Arjuna is declaring this thing. Aho, it's not only me. Prabhupada writes also in this purport. That's because maybe somebody can think Arjuna is the friend of Krishna. That's why he's saying, no, it's not only me. Asitos Devala Vyasa Swayam Chaibar Vishime. Asita, Devala and Vyasa, they also say these things. Because Arjuna knows Bhagavatam also. That's why he's saying Asita, Devala, Vyasa. He knows the Vedic knowledge. He's not like a person like me who doesn't know anything about any Puran. Arjuna knew. That's why he's giving Asito, Devala, Vyasa. They also speak. It's not I am speaking. Why I am saying this? Because Arjuna, even he accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But again he asked the same question, and then Krishna shows his universal form. And in universal form, Anek Vaktar Nayanam, Anek Adbhuta Darshanam, Anek Divya Abharanam, Divya Anek Udyat Udamam. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes. It was all wondrous. The form was decorated with divine, dazzling ornaments and arrayed in many garbs. He was garlanded gloriously, and there were many scents smeared over his body. All was magnificent, all expanding, unlimited. This was seen by Arjuna. This is like, because generally people have understanding of God is something like very big, mighty, controller, right? So Krishna shows this thing also. So this is the first subject matter what Prabhupada is saying in this introduction. Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan? Krishna. Prabhupada says in later chapter we will understand. That's what he wants to say. But he gives the introduction. Okay, what is Bhagavan? Bhagavan, he says, he is a controller. He gives only one definition, he is the controller. And then he comes to the Jiva. Because if somebody will read Bhagavad Gita introduction only, at least his faith will increase. And then what Prabhupada says in this last classes we will hearing that with faith at least one should start reading Bhagavad Gita. That Krishna is God. Okay, I have some faith, I read this. Okay, I will go ahead. How it is God? Then he will read later chapters of Bhagavad Gita, and when he will hear from realized souls, then this faith will be increase. At the level of that people like this, all bad habits one leaves when he practice, especially. And then he start practicing what Krishna says, how to realize him. Right? So this is the first subject, like what Prabhupada has explained in this introduction. What is Bhagavan? And I tried to explain like how he started from the material energy, that this everything comes from me, and this whole material energy is working under me, Maya Dhakshena Prakriti. That's what Prabhupada also quote that verse. And then if we try to understand, as we are in Gaudiya Vaishnava, Brahma Madhav Gaudiya Vaishnavas trying to be, or in ISKCON, if we read in Srimad Bhagavatam, also it is very nicely explained. Very nice shloka which Prabhupada quotes many times. Yugendriyari vakulam lokam indriyanti, yuge mendriyanti. It is like all list of the incarnation, this is Vyasadeva ji saying, all the list of incarnation of Godhead submit here are either plenary expression or parts of the plenary expansions of the Supreme Godhead, but Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 3rd chapter, 28th verse, it says. And in Vishnu Puran also, that Prabhupada is quoting that shlok so many times, that ete chansa kalapamsa krishnastu bhagavan swayam indriyari vyakulam lokam indriyati yuge krishnastu bhagavan swayam indriyari vyakulam lokam. Sorry, this shloka I am repeating again. This is the shloka which is in Prabhupada quotes so many times about Krishna. When you see who is Krishna, then this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We used to say this is for our understanding, that how to understand from Shastra who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. First Bhagavad Gita we try to understand from transcendental knowledge from the knowledge about the Absolute, from 7th chapter to 11th chapter. Krishna is very boldly speaking about himself. Later also he is speaking, but here he is specially about himself. Because this is 7th chapter is knowledge about the Absolute, then 8th chapter is attaining the Supreme, 9th chapter is most confidential knowledge, 10th chapter is this, what is famous chapter? What is?
Opulence of the Absolute.
Absolute, yeah. Opulence of the Absolute, then 11th chapter is universal form. So this all chapters Krishna is speaking about himself. Some other, I just want to take 2 minutes about like our personal realization. We had one Sikh friend came in our contact. He came to our room and he was saying Om, because in Guru Granth Sahib Om is very much emphasized about the Supreme. I say, but Om is, yes, Krishna also says in words I am Om. But it's not that we start worshipping Om. But you read further also, he's saying, okay, in words I am Om, but I have my form also, this and that. But he somehow other could not understand this. He was just strict on the Om. Why I am saying? Because this is our great fortune that we are here in this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And from the very beginning, as we have heard so many times this past time of Malati Mataji's daughter, Saraswati. And when somebody was saying that, Prabhupada, how we can preach? Prabhupada said, there is no difficulty in preaching. Whatever I am speaking, just repeat. Then Saraswati was there, then he called Saraswati, then he asked Saraswati, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Saraswati said, Krishna, you see? She is the preacher. So this Saraswati was so much fortunate that she knows from the beginning who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but the person who is born in India, let us say, and somehow other he had learned something, and he doesn't accept Krishna as the Supreme Person. So even I was in, let us say Prabhupada was in Kurukshetra, the birthplace of Bhagavad Gita. You remember, how many of you have heard this pastime? Prabhupada was very sick, but there was a Bhagavad Gita Jayanti, and from all over India, these scholars of Bhagavad Gita were assembling there, then they were speaking, and Prabhupada didn't go to speak there. Prabhupada sent some of his disciples, and then he spoke, and he was speaking, and he was speaking very strongly. He was saying Mooda, you are those people who don't accept Krishna as the Supreme, they are Mooda, they are Naradhama, this and that. When Prabhupada heard, oh, you were speaking like this, he said, very good. Then he said, what they were speaking? He said, Prabhupada, they were speaking something, I don't know, they were speaking Krishna and this and that, but they were not stressing on Krishna. They were speaking something impersonal, this and that. He said, that's the difference. Even in the place of Bhagavad Gita were spoken, all over India, so-called scholars came and they don't accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada used to become very angry on this. That's why he was angry there actually. That's why he didn't go to speak. Because if he will speak, he will blast them like anything. He sent his disciple. And if you go to Kurukshetra, you will find unlimited temples there. Bhagavad Gita, this, that, Bhagavad Gita college, Bhagavad Gita, this. And our temple is coming up. When I was talking with that person who is responsible for that temple, I say, don't think this temple is like a other temple. This temple is a very special, that is the desire of Prabhupada to have a very big temple in Kurukshetra, even university in Kurukshetra, to teach about Bhagavad Gita. So this temple will speak the proper or complete understanding of Bhagavad Gita. Proper, even the right understanding, I would say. They are all in some are in partial understanding, some are in wrong understanding. So that's what's our fortune, and Prabhupada, from the beginning, we are being taught that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is standing there. So that's what Krishna or Supreme Personality of Godhead or Paramatma, what Prabhupada write here, whatever you call this. Supreme, out of these 5 subject matter in Bhagavad Gita, it is established that the Supreme Godhead or Krishna or Brahman or the Supreme Controller or Paramatma, you may use whatever name you like, is the greatest of all. Then Prabhupada, if you read Lord Chaitanya's teaching, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again and again, even he's showing by his own practical examples, like how very famous was Ekala Ishvara Krishna, very simple, aur sab bhritya, yare yache nachaye, sai tache kare nritya. Lord Krishna alone is the Supreme Controller, and all others are his servants. They dance as he makes them do so. More personal. That's what Devi Shakti Mata you are saying beautifully. I never understood this. How I was always thinking how Sheshanag even cannot explain the qualities of Krishna. I used to think how Sheshanag have thousands of mouths, but he cannot fully explain the qualities of Krishna. Because first of all, Krishna's qualities are always increasing. It's not like standing. Just out of mercy, whatever qualities a jiva required to develop love for him, that much qualities will like develop, or it will be shown to us by Krishna's grace. So we can just have a loving relation with him. So Devi Shakti Mataji gave class few days before, and she says like, all jivas in this material universe, this is only smallest material universe which we are living now, four-headed Brahma. There are thousands of material universe, where there are many Brahmas, and Krishna has personal relationship with all the jivas, not only in earth, not only in this material universe, but like billions of material universe. That is only material universe, and then spiritual universe. Krishna has personal relation with every jiva. With you, he has personal relationship. With Prabhuji, he has personal relationship. With me, he has personal. Thus wonderful is Krishna is. That is the understanding of Bhagavan. Whereas we learn this thing, or here, I never heard from anywhere else. I don't know who used to say, even I born in so-called Hindu family, I never heard. I don't know about other Christians and Muslims. Once we have a like argument with Muslim in Mathura. We were doing book distribution, then he was speaking something. He was just speaking on, oh, how can God come like this? How can Allah can come? How can you like see him face to face? You are like material. I say, why? If a Prime Minister wants to see you, he can bring you by any means, immediately. He will send his own car and this and that, or he can come. Who will stop him? Why you are like, how you call, limiting the God? Your understanding is limiting. Oh, he cannot come. Why he cannot come? I try to make him understand, like Prabhupada used to give example of like who this police, if jailer wants to see the prisoners, why he cannot see? He can see. And if he comes in the prison, he doesn't become prisoner. The jailer is a jailer. He comes and goes out, that's all. Similarly, Supreme Personality, but he could not. I just wanted to say that we are really very fortunate. So that is the understanding of Krishna. It's already 6:50. And then Jiva, in second chapter from text 12, Krishna started speaking about Jiva. We all know this. Na tveham jatu na shanna neme janadipa. From this verse 2, Krishna is telling about what is Jiva. From 12 to 25 shloka. Like how many shlokas? 12 shlokas, 13 shlokas. Very clearly Krishna is speaking what is Jiva. What is the situation of a Jiva. Where he stays, ourself, who we are. We are part and parcel of Krishna. How we are traveling in this body. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumarya vanam jara tatha dehantar prapti. We all have this experience. I was like this, Prabhuji was also like this. Then I was like Prabhuji, now I'm like this, and one day I will be like you. And everybody will. What is the difficulty in understanding this? That I am not this body, I am sitting in this body. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, the size of ourself, what size we have now, that is also explained very clearly. Keshagra sat bhagasya satmasya sadashmastaka jiva suksham swarupayam sankhyatito hi chitta kanha. There are innumerable particles of spiritual atoms which are measured as 1/10,000th of the upper portion of the hair. This is in Srimad Bhagavatam. Shveta Shvetar Upanishad 5.9 also confirm this. Balagrasat bhagasya shatadha kalpaitasya chapagho jiva saha vijnanashah chanatyaya kalpate. When the upper point of a hair is divided into 100 parts, and again each of such part is further divided into 100 parts, each such part is a measurement of the dimension of the spirit soul. This is our size now. You know that? Now you know. So we are sitting in this body. This is Jiva. More, we have 25 shlokas, 13 shlokas, which we can read and understand more who we are. And if we read Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is like postgraduate, Jiverep Sarupa Hoy Krishna Nitya Das. Complete, nothing more. Jivere Sarupa Hoy Krishna Nitya Das, Krishna Das, Krishnera Tathastha Shakti, Veda Veda Prakash. Suryamsha Kirtan Yache Agni Jwala Chaya, Swabhavika Krishna Tine Prakara Shakti Haya. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 20th chapter, 108 and 109 shlokas. What is Jiva? It is the living entity's constitutional position to be an eternal servant of Krishna. We know we are part and parcel of Krishna, then we know what is our size, then what is our duty or what is our constitutional position. So okay, I know I am a soul, I am part and parcel of Paramatma. I don't know who is Krishna but Paramatma. But what I have to do then? You have to do this. It is the living entity's constitutional position to be an eternal servant of Krishna, because he is the marginal energy of Krishna and manifestation, simultaneously one with different from the Lord. Like a molecular particles of sunshine or fire. So clearly, like we can see even fire. You see small parts of fire come sometime. If you see sun rays is coming from windows, then you see small. Why Shastra gave us this example which we can see, so our faith can increase about the Shastra, about the knowledge. It's not that we are blindly, Shastra is saying you blindly have faith on me. No. You see, Prabhupada used to say, you practice and then you realize, like a hungry man, when he eats, nobody else will give him certificate, oh, you are full, your belly is full. No. You will know you are feeling like. This is called self-realization. Otherwise, nobody will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Again and again, every day. For many years. Prabhupada says it's not possible otherwise. If you are not getting something, then why you will do? Everybody is getting some realization according to his sincerity of practice, following the rules and regulation. No matter where you are, that's what, again, wonderful. If you hear from Realized Soul, Devi Shakti Mataji was saying, don't see how others, Mrs. I'm just, doing words up and down, not speaking as it is because I don't know exactly But the principle is that she says that we should not judge other devotees or see somebody is lower or somebody. We should just think ourselves, where I am. Everybody is trying to serve Krishna. That's what she was saying about the pure devotee. Everybody is trying to serve Krishna according to one's qualification or whatever understanding. We just help others or assist others that he can also come near to Krishna. That's all. What fault one have or what weaknesses one have, this is not my duty. This is his spiritual master duty and Krishna. That's all. We have to see what is good in that person. That's all. And then fan it. That's how the place becomes Vaikuntha. There is no Kuntha. When everybody sees the good qualities, that's what is spiritual world is. There is no bad quality, but everybody wants to make others serve Krishna. They don't say, oh, I will serve. No, let him serve. He is doing serve. He is doing better. Let him serve. And that person says, oh no, you are doing, you do serve. You go ahead. It's not that I am a good devotee, I will do. No. Nothing is like that. So same consciousness, if you are trying to apply in here, when we are in this material world, the place becomes Vaikuntha. Whether it is a home, whether it is a company, let us say where we are working, or whether it's a temple, if we have this consciousness, then we will not be disturbed so much. So I was on Jiva, so this is our position. Then third subject, we discuss about Krishna or Ishvara, then Jiva. Where is? Yeah. Then we have material nature, Prakriti. Very clearly Krishna says this Prakriti is under my jurisdiction. Maya dakshena Prakriti suyate sa characharam. So if we understand this and try to apply this teaching, this material nature which is one of my energies working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings under its rule, this manifestation is created and highlighted again and again. So this is the material nature. And if we understand that this material nature is very powerful, Krishna himself says that, then what Prabhupada used to say that sometimes I feel like my disciples are not fear enough with material nature. So we should learn this thing. We should be very much precautious. It's not material nature means only like opposite sex or something. It's like name, fame. That's what in Chaitanya Charitamrita says that these are also obstacles in Krishna Bhakti. Sometimes when we talk about this material energy or something or Maya, the only thought comes, okay, only women. No. It's not like that. Opposite. But if they are like Devi Eshi Gunamai Mam Maya Duratya, it means like this all obstacle which is stopping me from advancing in Krishna consciousness. All. Even people who are like, they come out of this opposite attraction, opposite gender attraction. We have so many in Bhagavatam, these stories where they fall in name and fame. And even if you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the best, that's what Lord Chaitanya came to teach. All his near associates, they all were family members. So it shows that if even opposite gender and let us say man and woman, if they are trying to do pure devotional service, then there is no hindrance in that. Because this above that material nature, then person is above that material nature. So what I wanted to say, because this material nature, this is under Krishna's jurisdiction, and if we use whatever nature we have in Krishna's service, then we can come out very easily from that. Devi Eshi Gunamai Mam Maya Duratya Ye Mameva Prapadyante. Only to Krishna. Then we can. Otherwise, if Prabhupada writes there in places that if you surrender to any demigod, it is like not a very good proposition. This is like you are worshipping me indirectly way. But if you will surrender to me, then it's already 6 o'clock. I'm sorry. And there is a karma. Activity is what we have to do because we are in this material world. We have this body. We have to do some activities. And there are 3 types of activities. I hope you all will know that there is first karma, then vikarma, karma, and then akarma. Karma, when we do any activities with the, let us say, under the direction of Shastras. Like opening hospitals, okay, it's good, giving blankets, good, feeding poor people, good. Shastra says that we should do. But that karma will also bring us reaction, which is good reaction. Means to say we will have to take again birth, either in heavenly planets or some good families, Then vikarma, if somebody is doing vikarma, means to say he's eating meat and he's drinking wine or gambling, which is the 4 pillars of dharma, which is somebody is doing this, then he's in a very dangerous position. He has to go in lower planets and suffer like anything. Then again he will become some animal or something. So this is like this. Anybody wants to remember these 4 pillars of dharma? Anybody knows? Yes. Okay, say. Satya, Dan, Daya. Okay, learn very easily. This I learned from one very advanced devotee. MCAT. M for merciful. C for cleanliness. A for austerity. T for truthfulness. This is 4 pillars of dharma. MCAT. On these 4 pillars dharma stands. If you are breaking these 4 pillars, then we are not following dharma. We will go somewhere, some advancement will be there, but then again we will have to take birth, which is not the goal of following dharma. The goal of religious principle is go back home, back to Godhead. That's why Krishna says, Yagyartha karmano anyatra loko yam karma bandhana tadartha karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Whatever karma you do it as a yagya. Very easily. First yagya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Whatever we eat, we have to offer. We offer that. Whatever activities, yad karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad jehosi, dadasi, yad tad karushu madarpanam. That you offer to me. This is very simple and straightforward understanding. Whatever we are doing, just give this result of that work to Krishna. In your family member, it's very easy. Prabhupada used to say, I was hearing one lecture, Prabhupada said, what is the problem in following Krishna consciousness? Whatever you eat, offer to Krishna. You have to eat something. You eat whatever Krishna says you. Prabhupada was saying in this lecture also very nicely. You want to eat ferociously? He was saying ferociously. You come to our temple. We will feed you ferociously. You eat as much as you want. You want to eat palatable dishes? You come to our temple. We will feed you palatable dishes. Thousands of dishes we make from milk only. You come. He said, what is the problem? You have to work for Krishna. We have so much work. He says, our devotees are busy from morning 4 o'clock to night 10 o'clock. Ask them. Are they have free time? He said, no. They are working for Krishna. This is activity. So we have to do yagya. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is very nicely said. This covers all the point. This is from second canto 10th chapter 12th verse. Very nicely spoken. Tasmat asakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharan karma param apnoti purushaha. In this shloka everything comes like Krishna and Jiva and activities, karma, even time. Therefore, without being attached to the fruit of activity, one should act as a matter of duty. I'm sorry, I missed that. Please forgive me. This is something else. Yeah. This is all about karma. Here it is. Yeah. Because it's already 6:05, I just wanted to conclude this. Where is that? I'm sorry. It was very nice, like verse which says, like everything, time, action, and our whatever we are doing, because you can do, because I am allowing you to do. Krishna says, because I am allowing. So better you do it for me. Where is that shloka? Yes, this is, same. One should definitely know that all material ingredients, which is material nature, activities, karma, time, and modes of modes, and the living entities who are meant to enjoy them all exist by His mercy only. And as soon as He does not care for them, everything becomes non-existent. Means to say, if Krishna does not care for us, by the way, never time comes that Krishna doesn't care for us. But when we turn out our face and we do whatever we like, then this is non-existent, and then we suffer. This is, I think this is from 2. The purport, the injection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the essence of all Vedic wisdom, and therefore is eternal, true without exception. As the Vedas are eternal, so this truth of Krishna consciousness is also eternal. One should have firm faith in this injection without envying the Lord. There are many philosophers who write comments on Bhagavad Gita but have no faith in Krishna. They will never be liberated from the bondage of fruitive action. But an ordinary man with firm faith in the eternal injection of the Lord, even though unable to execute such orders, becoming liberated from the bondage of the law of karma. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, one may not fully discharge the injection of the Lord, but because one is not resentful of the principle and works sincerely without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, he will surely be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. Means to say, if somebody joins Krishna consciousness ISKCON, he doesn't have faith, but he executes this principle what Prabhupada has given, then one day one will become pure devotee. That's what Prabhupada wants to say in this, because he is non-envious of Krishna. He is not saying Krishna is like not a person or something. Thank you very much. Carl, there is few words, but time is already 6:10. I'm sorry, I will not take your more time. If you have any comment, please, question. 1, 2, 3. Let him ask. He's a new person. Mr. Sai, same here.
Actually, there is one concept of Sadashiva.
If others wants to go, please, they can go. There will be no offense or something for Bhagavad Gita. You may go, yes.
There is a concept of Sadashiva in Shyama Purana.
Sadashiva.
They call that Rudra the incarnation of Sadashiva.
Who? Rudra.
That is the son of Brahma. Is the incarnation of the Supreme Sadashiva. So where is the position of that Sadashiva in our Prabhupada?
Mr. Say, I have heard from this, from our senior devotee, I think from Gaur Govind Maharaj lecture. Somebody asked similar type of question. He says Sadashiva is in a Vaikuntha Loka, and Lord Shiva is he is the controller of Tamaguna in our material universe. In every material universe, there is a Lord Shiva. But Sadashiva is in Vaikuntha Loka.
So he is a Vishnu Tattva.
He is a Vishnu Tattva.
So, Mahavishnu and Sadashiva is Advaita Acharya.
Yes, Mataji.
There is one line you said that whatever nature we have. So here the nature means the resources or our own nature?
Our own nature also. That is also part of nature, na? According to our previous karma, we get certain nature. In gross sense, I get this man body or Purusha body, let us say. So I should work according to my nature. Let us say, in man's body also there are in every man or woman there are different Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, right? It's not like only man, Brahman or no. So one should work according to his nature, which very safely, if somebody wants to act under the direction of spiritual master. Krishna reveals the person as soon as you surrender to the spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, what Srila Prabhupada says, he can see what is your nature. What is your nature, and he will tell you, do this service. If you will do that service, No matter what service it is, one will become pure devotee. Definitely. That's why we say, that's why Prabhupada put this first, this Sansar Davanal, and then in the middle, Guru Charan Padma. Because this Narottam Das Thakur says. That's what Lord Chaitanya's teachings are like, postgraduate or even PhD in spiritual life. It's very simple, but this is topmost. Sublime and simple, what Prabhupada used to say. So what is my nature? I don't know. Maybe sometime I act as a Kshatriya or I look like I'm a this. No, you will be confused. That's what Krishna also says. You will be confused what you have to do. In Bhagavad Gita also. So better just take the instruction. No matter how much years it went by following that instruction. Just stick to that instruction. You see Prabhupada disciples only. Prabhupada himself only. He got the instruction when he was the age of 23 or 25. It is not that he is in conditioned state or something like we. But Krishna wanted to show through Prabhupada. He didn't allow Prabhupada to be successful in Jhansi. He didn't allow Prabhupada to be successful in Delhi. Krishna allowed him to, in New York, be successful. Because Krishna wants to show what is the right teaching. And he used his pure devotee only to teach conditioned soul like us. What is the right way? What is the perfect way? Just do it. That's what our Dinbandhu Prabhu says. This just do it. Nike has taken this word. He said, this is actually our word. We should take all money from this Nike. Why are you using our word? Just do it. Just do it. Our Radhesham Prabhu in Pune, when he said lastly, when somebody will not follow him, he said, you just do it as I am saying. Just do it, that's all. Don't argue so much. Then you will realize. Actually, I was in Mayapur, I was hearing, I think, Pankaj Jangiri Prabhu or Janivas Prabhu's class. Somebody asked this question, what is the most difficult thing in spiritual life? He said, following the instruction of spiritual master. Prabhupada told them, stay in Mayapur. They stayed in Mayapur and never went out until this TOEP came, and then GBC told them to you go and ask people for donation. Then they went. Otherwise, they never went out of the Mayapur temple. Pure devotees. Why you go far away? Our Devi Shakti Mataji, she got the instruction, never leave the temple. She never leave the temple. She is here. So this is our, Guru knows what is our nature. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, can you say the 4 pillars of Dharma?
MCAT.
Yeah, so
Mercifulness. We have to be merciful, like Daya, as Mataji says. If you are cutting animals thinking that they don't have soul, it is foolishness, na? So you are not following Daya. And then C, cleanliness. Cleanliness means clean from inside, clean from outside. And Prabhupada says in one place, cleanliness means you have to be very simple. Simple means what you are inside, you are outside. This is very difficult to come out of the duality of the material world. Whatever you are inside, outside. That's all. I could not do this. Yes, Guru Maharaj, I cannot do this. Bas. I made this mistake. Yes, Guru Maharaj, I made this mistake. Simple. Cleanliness. Then MCAT. A. Austerity. Mangal Aarti is austerity nowadays.
हिंदी में बोलिए.
Austerity means tapasya. Tapasya, we will have to do austerity. Prabhupada says, even if you are dying, come for Mangal Aarti, if I am not wrong. Come. Because this is the only austerity in Kali Yuga. Then, T, truthfulness. We speak what Bhagavad Gita speaks. We don't speak what I think or I like or what he likes or what they like. No. We speak what our Bhagavad Gita says, what Prabhupada says, and what Prabhupada disciples are repeating. That's all. Maybe you have some better, beautiful, charismatic knowledge from somewhere which Prabhupada never spoke, so we don't speak. Because Prabhupada didn't speak, that's all. Sometimes we hear examples from here and there. No, Prabhupada never speak. Mrs. I saw one sannyasi, he was giving class here in Vrindavan, and one of his disciple only asked this, that Maharaj, this Harinam was also in other yugas also? You say like in Sat Yuga we got perfection by doing meditation, and then in Treta Yuga by doing yagyas, and then Dwapar by duty worship, and Kali Yuga we do Hari Kirtan. So, but there was no Hari Kirtan in before yugas? But there was nothing written on purport. That sannyasi says, but Prabhupada didn't write. Finish. He didn't quote any verse from anywhere. He could quote, but he said Prabhupada didn't write. That's all. Finish. He said Prabhupada is not writing here this, so I'm not speaking. Can be, it may be. So this is you see, our even Prabhupada disciples who are following strictly Srila Prabhupada, they are preaching like anything. So this is called truthfulness. Truthful to your Guru, truthful to Shastra, and definitely moral truthfulness. We are above this moral truthfulness.
So this is a
Very good
story of
question.
the bull with the 4 legs, right?
Yeah.
This same 4 pillars.
Mr. So we should understand we have to follow these 4 pillars, then we will be able to follow dharma. What is dharma? Dharma is like what Krishna says. What Krishna says, Sarvadam Paritajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. And Lord Chaitanya says, Ekala Krishna, Ekala Ishvara Krishna, or Sambhratya. We must bang on our head every time that I'm a servant of a servant of a servant of Prabhupada. Then we are safe. That's how we are running highway on the road of spiritual life. Otherwise, the Sharasya Dhara. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.